Hello, my name's Sam Lloyd. I'm Executive Director of CRO. Today I'd like to just talk to you about our journey in becoming an employee ownership trust. Firstly, just give you a bit of a history on the company. We've been established for over 30 years and we've had sort of decades of experience working with law and accountancy firms over that time. Originally, the company was just a company formation, company registration company, and company secretarial company. But around about 10 years ago, we introduced CRO Info, which is information services, mainly for lawyers, into the company. With both branches of the company, the sort of company formation and the information services side of business, we have a huge amount of expertise and knowledge within the business, and we always provide attention to detail in everything we do. CRO has won the BIALL Supplier of the Year twice in the past, which we're very proud of. We're a great supporter of BIALL, and we will continue to be, as we think it's a great organisation. We're a very informed company in that the directors, including myself, I'm a director of CRO, which is the Association of Company Registration Agents, in addition to being the director of CRO. And we get a lot of first-hand information from Companies House in particular. We have regular meetings with registrar of companies. We also have meetings with a lot of government officials, etc. So we are very informed relating to recent legislation, etc. Our managing director, Liz Kinsey, she has been providing lots of regular webinars recently relating to recent legislation, in particular the Economic Crime and Corporate Transparency Act, just to keep our clients informed of everything we do. So just going on to the employee ownership trust journey for CRO. So over the years, and what happened sort of several years ago, the shareholders, which includes myself and my business partner, Phil Vibrance, we have been discussing for a long time about our long-term plans regarding exit strategy. I'm not getting any younger. And as a successful and profitable business, we were getting lots of approaches from third parties to actually buy us out. We were a fit for a lot of businesses that thought we would enhance their own businesses. Having said that, I was very reluctant to do that, and I think Phil was in the end as well. The reason that I'm personally reluctant to do that, I actually had a business in the information services sector over 11 years ago, which I sold. And the usual thing, you know, we were very concerned at the time about employees, but we were given assurances that our employees would remain and, you know, they will have jobs. Well, that just didn't come to pass, unfortunately. A lot of them were let loose. They were made redundant. A lot of the intellectual property was lost, etc. So what Phil and I really wanted to do was really give a huge amount of consideration in whatever we did to our long-standing and loyal employees and customers, because customers are very important to us, and we have got some very long-standing customers that use us. So we were then informed by our lawyers of the vehicle of the Employee Ownership Trust. This is a sort of government scheme that was created in 2014, I believe. And what it means is that a business gets valued. It has to be agreed by HMRC and two separate independent accountants. And that valuation is then a loan for the shareholders of the company, which they then receive over a period of years. The loan comes out of the profits of the company, so there's no immediate exit. It takes several years for them to be paid off. And once they are paid off, then the employees of the company will benefit in the distributable net profit of the company every year. So every year they will get the net profit, and so do the shareholders. So it's like a gift to them, which is pretty good, as you can imagine, for employees. So as a result, the other thing is they also receive, under this the EOT scheme, we can pay tax-free bonuses every year as well, which is what we have been doing so far, given that we actually converted it into an EOT in August 2023. So our experience so far, what we did originally, right at the beginning in August, a month after that, we held a company conference and we looked at our company foundation. So we looked at our vision, mission, core values and culture, etc. And we wanted to revisit that because it was no longer the shareholders' company, it was now the employees' company. So we needed that vision, mission, and the whole foundation to come from them. So we went through an exercise and we came up with a new vision, mission, core values, and culture to drive us forward in terms of what the employees wanted the company to become. To be honest with you, the actual exercise was quite interesting because it turned out to be pretty much the vision, mission that we had, that the original shareholders had. So it was pretty much aligned, which was a good thing. The other thing, major thing now that's happened is now that the employees are essentially owners of the company, there's a huge vested interest for them to actually make sure the company is successful. So they've always been very, very good anyway, but this has just given them that extra drive to make sure that the business is successful, because ultimately it's going to benefit them as well. The other thing that makes it really easy for us as a company now is to actually employ people, high quality staff members, because of the obvious benefits to people if they do join us, the eventual benefits they will receive, which are substantial, and it's quite easy to get very good staff members. So we're experiencing that at the moment during some expansion that we're experiencing now. As I mentioned, it's going to be life-changing for our employees. They're going to be sharing a substantial part every year of money, in addition to their salaries and bonuses, etc. And just to give you an idea of how successful we are, our growth last year was 47% overall as a company. And if you take our information services division alone, that was up by 62%. And this year, the start of this year, we've actually seen that increase continue. So it's a very good position altogether. So what are our advantages to our customers? Now, our customers are really important to us, as I've already outlined. One thing we'll always do is remain customer focused. We've always been a company that does that anyway, but with the extra vested interest of the employees, that's going to actually just be strengthened and continue to be strengthened as time goes on. The other thing is there's no option under this scheme for a large organisation to come and buy us out. They can't buy the trust because it's owned by the employees. And if they were to do that, and again, with my past experience with other companies, they could sell a lot of their existing service offerings, and the company gets transformed, which then is not very conducive for the interests of our clients. The other sort of past company, a rival company, we know that they made a lot of redundancies to key staff members. They got rid of lots of their intellectual property. We were quite surprised how cutthroat they were in terms of what they did cut. There's some of the services they were providing at the time, they actually dropped completely and then reinstated them, peculiarly enough. And as you can imagine, that doesn't fill their clients with great confidence going forward, given that that could happen again. They also imposed huge price increases, sometimes double, which again wasn't very good for their clients. And we feel that there's a good likelihood in the future that they may discontinue their full corporate information services offering. For those reasons I've already mentioned, it doesn't work out for them because they are a very large organization that focuses on other things, like property searches rather than corporate searches. It's possible and likely that they may drop everything at a drop of a hat, again, which wouldn't be very good for their customers. So, just in conclusion, I hope that sort of explained exactly our journey. But just to conclude on what I've already told you, we're really excited going forward. We feel the future of CRO is really exciting. Our employees are very excited about it, notwithstanding the amount of money they're going to receive, which is going to be substantial. But we do feel that we have an exciting future. We're not going to be a massive company. We never will be. We don't want to be. We want to be small and lean and agile for our customers' benefit. And for my own point of view and my business partner Phil, our real purpose is to leave a real lasting legacy for when we do eventually leave the company. Not only for our loyal employees, but also for our clients. So thank you very much. And I hope that was useful for you. Thank you.